Oh.
Stand by.
Standing by.
Action.
Hello and welcome. You are watching Girls Night Out on Happy Hour TV. I'm Larissa Dolly.
I'm Alexandra Vaughn. I'm Tori Amaya. And this is our special guest, Patricia Vaughn.
Thanks for having me. Thank you for being here.
We're so excited
to talk to you. I know we've been talking a lot off screen, but our beautiful audience hasn't gotten the pleasure to meet you. So you are a singer, songwriter, musician, actress, activist, and you even did some modeling in New York?
I did. I was up there for 11 years, and you're from Manhattan.
I am from Manhattan, yes.
I miss it.
I know.
My heart is in Manhattan.
Well, tell us how it all began.
You know, I had very amazing, supportive parents. I'm one of 10 children from San Antonio, Mexican-American family, and I really wanted to pursue the arts. And what better place to do that than Manhattan, the concrete canyons of Manhattan. I wanted to start a rock band. I wanted to be a singer. I wanted to do commercials, and all that was my home. You didn't need a car in New York.
Right.
You didn't, it just was so awesome. And that's where I really grew up. Really, I was like right out of my teenage years, and I lived there for 11 years. And it taught me how to be aggressive and assertive and chingona como mi madre. And did everything that was on my wish list. And so right today is the release date of my 8th album.
Wow, yes,
You know,
congrats.
And, this particular, I released 7 of my own albums on my own label, Bandolera Records.
Wow.
Bandolera represents like the independent spirit
How
of
do you say
women.
it? Bandolera?
Bandolera.
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 So this is the album, but this one is different because I collaborated with 2 other women, strong women from San Antonio, and we came together organically 2 years ago in Nashville during Americana Fest at the Bluebird Cafe. It was my first trip to Nashville, and I was just opening up the universe to things to happen, that year, and that
That's
happened.
amazing.
We just made an album together. So it's with Tish Hinojosa, who's like a pioneer Latina, and Stephanie Urbina Jones. And she has a band called Honky Tonk Mariachi. So she plays country music with Chili Peppers, with mariachis.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And she made history at the Grand Ole Opry with bringing mariachis to the stage for the first time
Wow.
in its 93-year history. Tish Hinojosa, pionera, trailblazer, beautiful folk singer. She has 17 albums out, and an activist, and everything that we've been doing all these years mirrored each other. So when we were sitting around, it was during Hispanic Heritage Month in September. So 2 years will be the weekend of September 16th when we came together. But that night at the Bluebird, we were talking about our hometown. We're like, this is crazy. We're all 3 from San Antonio.
Wow.
We didn't plan that. And here we are in Nashville, killing it. And we're representing our people. And we're talking about our heritage. And there was just something so magical about that night that we knew we had to keep it going, not just the one night, in the round. And the fact that it was celebrating Latinas, women, and music, everything we believe in. So here we are. Today's the release date. And
Congratulations.
So exciting.
thanks. And the world premiere of our music videos that's about sisterhood. It's called Amigas de Corazón, which is girlfriends of the heart. And my brother-in-law in Mexico just emailed me and said, I wish men had amigos de corazón. Hey! So it's like, it really brings together what's most important in this dark time that we're living in is familia,
Yes.
friendship, sisterhood,
Love.
and human solidarity.
Right.
And those basic things that keep a human going.
And we were talking earlier about how we kind of had to learn how to be present in this time. If you weren't, we've become a lot more aware and I think grateful, at least for me, during all this time. I'm not so worried about tomorrow and the future. Even though I am, I try to be more present with who I'm surrounded by.
Yes,
Like,
definitely.
It's important. Friendship's important, and
Well, and
each other is
everyone,
what matters.
a lot of people aren't working right now, so it forced them to figure out what they wanted to do next with their time, and
Some people are thriving.
Thriving. Our 8 albums out.
What are y'all doing during quarantine? I want to know. That's my question.
A lot of art. We've been creating.
We started creating art. Yeah, we realized it was a big passion of ours. And actually, organically, we both at the same time just threw our hands up and said, we want to create art. And we just went out and started doing it, and it's made us very happy.
Tori's been doing a lot of creating too.
Some art, I make some little ashtrays and rolling trays and stuff like that, but I also am starting to learn how to DJ. So I've never been musically like talented or inclined or anything like that. I've always played sports, so I'm opening myself up to learn something new and stuff like that. It's been so much fun. So much fun. Yeah.
And we've got to make the best of what we've got.
A lot of surprisingly traveling for photo shoots. And stuff,
yeah.
Too. Yeah.
We actually took a road trip to Vegas. Me and her drove to Vegas. Yeah, it was great. It was a learning experience.
Very, and bonding. We bonded.
Bonded, yes.
On the road for that long, you get very close very quick.
Yeah.
Very quickly. Speaking of being close, how did your family react when you said, I'm leaving San Antonio to go to New York and pursue my
Such
passion?
a big family too.
Actually, it was my eldest sister. I'm one of 10 children. She was the first trailblazer. She graduated from St. Edward's, got her degree, and she goes, "Nah, I'm out of here. I'm going to go pursue the arts." So I kind of wanted to be her. I was like, "Ah." And so she was the best sister because she said, "I know you don't really have much direction right now," because I really didn't know what I wanted to do in San Antonio. I knew I wanted to go and find my wings. And she's one that pulled me up from my bra straps, brought me to New York, said, "Start walking." But she gave me rules, man. I had to live by rules, which was really good for me. And
Can we real quick recount those rules? We
yeah,
got
so
to
there
hear
was
them off
3
screen.
rules.
And they are amazing. The 3 rules to live with her sister are.
well, at the time, she got me a job at the China Club, which was this celebrity nightclub, and she said, "You can work here, but no musicians, no actors, and definitely no married men.
No.
Or you're on the first plane back to Texas." So that, but also not only that, that was a really good role. But she, you know, like I chose to work in a nightclub until 4 in the morning. That was my shift, and 10 till 4 a.m. But she goes, "You've got to be on the phone call doing cold calls by 9 a.m.
Wow.
You chose that job. You got to, you know." So she was really awesome. And so I'm glad she gave me some direction. And so I started my band. She would take me to there was Lily Langtree on the, I think it was on the Upper East Side, which was a karaoke bar. It was the first time I sang "Stop Dragging My Heart Around," but it was the first time I held a mic. It was the first time I held a mic, and it was a karaoke bar in New York City. And then there's Manny's Car Wash on the Upper East Side, and I was singing karaoke. But it's like, gosh, I'm holding a mic and I'm hearing my voice for the first time. Can't tell you how powerful that was.
Wow.
So that was my beginnings of being a singer in New York, and then going on stage at the China Club. You had mentioned celebrities and stuff. I would see celebrities all the time, and but one of the gentlemen that helped me, his name was Diamond David Lee Roth. I was telling him my predicament, like, gosh, on Wednesday night they have this open jam, Dave, and I can't get on stage. I put my name on the list, but they'd never call my name out. But he said, "You take that sheet music to the back, you knock on that door, and you make them learn it on the spot." And sure enough, I was able to get up on that stage thanks to Diamond David Lee Roth.
So we have the male empowering female, and I like that.
Yeah, it was so cool. He was a cool dude.
That's awesome.
That's wonderful. I know we talked a little bit about this before, but besides like the male influence musicians that have helped you in your career today, like who influenced you to like your sound and kind of made you want to become the musician and singer you are?
Well, when I first moved to New York, I answered an ad in the Village Voice, and it was from a man from London who had like a Beatlesque pop band, and it was called Mick and the Maelstroms, and he wrote all of his music, which really impressed me. I got the gig, but at the time it was just as a backup singer. But he says, "You know what, we just lost our bass player. He got another gig or something," and he goes, "We need a bass player. I'd love for you to be the bass player." And he believed in me so much. He says, "I'll teach you the arrangements."
Wow.
So, in fact, I just posted 2 nights ago on YouTube, Vintage Vaughn. New York City, circa 1994, playing the bass. And you're rocking out trio.
I believe it.
Awesome.
It was like, man,
That's so
he believed
cool.
in me
I wish I could have seen it. I wish wish I could have been there. It might have been.
The cool thing about New York City is, you know, you can fail, fall flat on your face, no one freaking cares.
No, you just gotta get back
Pick
up.
yourself back up and you just keep going. And that was so much freedom for me. It was like, what next? What else do I want to do? I can do the world is nicer. I can manifest my own destiny.
Right. It's such a great energy because everyone there is fighting their own fight, right? You go there to make it. If you can make it there, you can make it anywhere. So everyone's so focused on, you know, their dreams and ambitions. They don't judge you for failing. They're like, good, get up and let's do it again.
Right.
And you can create with so many people.
Yeah, if you don't fail, then if you don't fail, you're not doing it right. You're like, go on, it's too easy. You gotta do something harder.
And once you take out the fear of failing, you can do anything you put your mind to.
Seriously.
You can pick up a bass and learn it.
Yeah, I was always interested in learning anything, like traveling, learn as much of the language when you get off the plane, just to say hello in their language. That was always interesting to me. I do remember standing on a street corner, I believe it was near 57th Street, and something came over me where, because there's so much teeming activity, New York City, it's built on granite. It's an energy stone. To me, it was like, man, you feel a part of that. It's energizing you, empowering you. So to me, it was never competitive. It was like, wow, zing, what just happened? Wow, okay, I could do anything. But I remember standing on a street corner thinking, if I don't start a rock band right now, if I keep saying I'm going to do it in the future, 5 years are going to go by, and then 10 years are going to go by, and then I'm going to say, what happened? Where did that time go? So I remember thinking, dang it, start now. So that's when I joined Mick and the Maelstroms as a bass player, and then my sister was like, you got to start your own band. You bring so many people to the gigs.
I love your sister. She's like, all right, next step.
My crystal ball sister. And so I'm like, gosh, I don't know. I'm a follower, not a leader. She goes, no, you need to start your own band. So I did, and then here I am. So I had really strong women in my life. My mother, my sisters, my tias, and you had asked who my influences were. Pat Benatar, Maria McKee from Lone Justice, Patsy Cline, the Mariachi.
Oh, Patsy Cline.
You said Pat Benatar's also your karaoke go-to, right?
Oh, yeah. What's your karaoke go-to?
My karaoke go-to is Separate Ways by Journey. Every time. I have some backups, but yeah, I see you. But that is every single time. I kill it too. I do. I'm not doing it anymore, but I've had a lot of...
Sing some.
Oh my God.
On the spot.
You're the singer. I'm the karaoke
We'll have to take girls' night out to a karaoke bar.
That'll be our next segment. Is Girls' Night Out karaoke.
Comment,
I want to see that. Seriously. Feedback.
We will have to take some shots before I can do that.
Right, same. That's so funny.
What's your karaoke go-to?
Oh no. I don't even know. Honestly, I've only been to a karaoke bar once and I didn't even sing. But I was like so young and I think I was so scared, so I haven't been since. And who knows? Yeah, if you guys like take me out, who knows?
It's terrifying getting up on that stage. Do you have any rituals you do, like anything to prepare yourself before you get up in front of hundreds of thousands of people and sing?
Wear a funky hat or something funky. Like it was winter, I think, and I wore this hat I got from New York. It was like purple and it looked like punk. And I just got up, I was somebody else.
Yeah. I like that.
It's fun to wear a costume or something. You can feel weird or, you know, have a mask, paint your face. I don't know. It really helped.
That's cool. That's good. Have a persona.
It's fun. You get to be one person, and then by night you can be like the world's your oyster. Especially in New York. You can do anything in New York. No one's gonna blink an eye. Wear a wedding dress down the side of the road. You're fine.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
I want to talk about your activism. You are like you're an empowering woman, and you have all these women on your side, and that you empower, they empower you and inspire you. I want to hear about all of that.
I think the first time I put that in my songs was on my third album. It was Missing Women, about the murdered and missing women of Juarez, Mexico. And that's as dark as it ever got for me, because I was in Mexico performing all happy in the Zócalo, saying, you know, mi sangre es mexicana, you know, and like this person gave me a documentary of that, and I was stunned. Like,
It's very veiled and shadows. And so when I was like, I gotta write about this. Why do I need to write about this? I need to write about this. So it's called Mujeres Desaparecidas in English and Spanish. It bookended the album. I think actually this was my debut album that I sang about the Native Americans, Dance in a Circle. So I think from the first album, I just had a calling to write about some things that were important to me. And to this day, you know, I give to the Native American College Fund, you know. And then so on the third one was about the women of Juarez, and now with the border issues, this album is Amor Sin Fronteras, Love Without Borders, American Dream, Sueño Americano. It just tells the journey of the immigrants. Todos inmigrantes. We are all immigrants, and we need to remember that. So that's what a lot of my songs are about.
I love that. I love that too. Well, in Texas is a complete melting pot. You've got, you know,
As is New York. And
it's like it's
we
can all
honestly
create
at this point
together.
everywhere. You know, America is a melting pot. It was founded on that aspect.
I love that you're bringing awareness to that.
Thank you. And we did Artists United Against Human Trafficking. So I was able to go to the United Nations and represent them. For me as an artist, I love, that is the meaning behind, the purpose behind my music is if you can use that platform to be a voice. But just to be a voice, but to be present, do something about it. Not just sing about it,
Utilize your
about it, you know. During quarantine, the first thing I did was I was already signed up for it, so it was like providential that it was like happening because I didn't book any tours. I was like, I'm gonna take a private investigator course so I can be more observant and detect things that are going on around me that are completely going over my head. You know, you don't think about that stuff. The human trafficking in San Antonio is rampant. It's in my hometown. I'm like, I never noticed that ever.
Did you start picking up on things after the course?
Oh yeah, I'm good. I'm a good tracker.
We coming for you.
It comes in handy trying to, you know, we found our own booker. We went to New York, we went to APAP. I found a way to get into the NPR, you know, Empire.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I signed up for a guided tour because I was, going onto the internet and I had to get in. We're going in, bandoleras. And we got to go into where they filmed the Tiny Desk concerts. And I was like, oh, we're on the radio the next day with the guy. I was like, these private investors give courses.
I'm gonna take you inspired me. I
So much.
Online, but it's not just, you know, it's just to be more observant about things going on around us. And it
Being
does come in
present,
handy
definitely.
to track people down to, you know, like if you need your A team, how can I find that? How can I find that source? It's about finding the sources and not sitting back and waiting for it to happen.
Right.
I've never been that kind of person.
No, man.
You are obviously a go-getter. I wonder, you've already accomplished so much. In 5 years, what do you hope to have accomplished?
I was telling Marissa, I only look for about today. Because I mean, look, we're in quarantine. If we had planned all this time, but
Exactly.
I've always been right in the moment. You know, maybe next month, but really today. Because why not do it today rather than 5 years?
That's so
I
beautiful.
love that.
5 years might not even come. It has to be done now. But I always believe, you know, he's got the mission planned out. So if I really, you know, in the morning I say as much of the rosary as I can. I just grab it and just start saying my mama and papa, mis hermanas, mi tía, for me, my future husband. And that starts my day, because whatever happens that day, good or bad, he has a plan, because I just totally believe that. You have to believe in something.
Yes.
So why not? You've got the plan. I'm going to do what I think is right. If I fall or get derailed, that was meant to happen.
Exactly. I love that.
Because I know I'm on a mission. And for today, this is my mission with my girls.
Yes,
You
yes.
girls. You spark fire in me.
Yes.
Right now, I'm like, let's go do stuff. And it's like, well, maybe not.
Yes.
So you're very busy and you seem to really enjoy your life. But what do you do to like unwind and relax for yourself? Like, what's you time?
During quarantine? Well, during quarantine, One of my brothers, we live in Austin, he loves music and movies, and we have movie nights until like 4 in the morning.
Oh, that's my
But
favorite.
he has a jam room, so we jam. He's on guitar and vocals, and I get behind the drums. So we've been playing like 80s music, Golden Earring, Radar.
Just going ham.
He starts making these videos, so he puts me in it and him, so they're brother and sister time,
Nice.
immortalized in film, like a music video.
Wow.
It sounds like you came from a very musically inclined family.
Yeah.
She came from a family of just artists and
It
talent.
seems like it. What were you
Can you
saying?
adopt me? Can you guys adopt me?
She was talking earlier to us about
Pass
her
some of the
mother
talent.
teaching her mariachi songs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's how you guys learn Spanish.
Yes.
Sorry.
You know, I mean, when my mother was in grade school, she was forbidden to speak Spanish. They were abused, they were whipped. They were,
Oh my.
oh yeah, and they would bury the Spanish books in the ground, saying that's where it belongs. I'm not kidding. I mean, these are the stories we talk about. And
That's